everyone, and welcome to Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. I am Carol Kearns. My husband, Harry Shue, is our co-host. Our mission for the show is twofold: to provide information about Connecticut Lions events and to showcase the many different organizations and causes that Lions support locally, regionally, and internationally. Harry?
Good evening and welcome. Please consult our website at www.lions23b.org or your district spirit for more information on coming events.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry.
We are back at the Chowder Pot Restaurant in Hartford for the Hartford Multinational Lions Club 2018 Community Service Awards Banquet, and we are listening to District Governor Bobby Clark talk about the hurricane relief effort in Puerto Rico. So on with the show.
En avant.
But it was one event where we walked around. We went house to house in some streets. Neighbors came out. It was just happy feeling that we were doing something. We had toys for children. Christmas, they had nothing. And we handed out, I'll never forget, one little girl in Camarillo. We were in Las Palomas barrio. And she was just speechless. She couldn't say anything. She was just staring at us and staring at that little doll. That's all she had for the holidays. But that was thanks to the cooperation and the assistance of individuals in the Hartford area. We have, I think, one more possibility from Waterbury, I believe, Louis. Right? There's probably another container out of Waterbury coming. And we're hoping to have some other supplies we can place in that same container to fill it up. My hat goes off to each and every one of you. We were together, up in the morning, breakfast. There was days we didn't eat nothing all day until 8, 9 o'clock at night. It was just going around, checking locations, who was in need. And there was one particular, I was just mentioning this, there was one particular bridge that we had to go over. 2 lanes, concrete, and it was cut down to 1. We were shaking our heads. We didn't know if we were going to make it. It was vibrating, but we made it, thank God. Never forget that day. And to see one area close to that bridge where there was a building. It was owned by a church, and they used it for storage and services. But the water was, I think, 12 feet high there. And there was 3 cars in the parking lot. They swept away. They're somewhere in the ocean right now. God knows where they are. Thank God nobody was in those vehicles. It was really amazing to see the devastation. At this particular moment, there's over 300,000 homes in Puerto Rico without roofs. You'll notice the newsreels with the blue canopy. Over 300,000 homes. And there's still homes without electricity and water. So they're hoping to have everything completed by June. But it's hard to get into the mountains even when we were there was mudslides. And it was dangerous. Some of those roads were like snakes, up and down, up and down. But it was an event that truly I'll never forget. It'll stay in my heart. Now, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank 2 individuals from the Hartford Multinational Club. These 2 individuals in particular were there every day in, day out. I'd walk into the warehouse, they were there. Or I was in the warehouse and they would be coming in. It was just one big happy group. We had a mission, we knew what we had to do, and we put it together. Thank you, all of the others that were participating. I'd like to call at this time President of the club, Sonia Pacheco Ayala. Global Action Team Honors, Sonia Pacheco Ayala. In recognition of your passion to serve the community and world, your dedication and leadership are an inspiration to Lions everywhere. Thank you. It's signed by our international president, Dr. Naresh Aguilar, international president. Photos?
want to say I'm very honored. I did not know that this was going to take place there, but when the hurricane was passing, was over there, I had a call from my vice president, J.R. Rodriguez, and he says to me, I need to go to Puerto Rico. I need to get in touch with the Red Cross. And how do I get there? I said, why are you going with the Red Cross? You're lying. He said, well, I got to get in touch with somebody. Okay, so I said, okay, let me get a hold of Bobby, who's the governor. And that's how it started, okay? We called Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark started making some calls, and that's how this all started. So I'm very glad that we were, part of the relief program. So thank you.
There's another lion from Multinational. If every club had 10 members, such as this individual, we could do a heck of a lot more. Please keep that in mind. He's a workaholic. He doesn't stop. Not just, there were days that I had more conversations with him than I did with my wife, Nora. Actually, we would be at the warehouse working late, coming in early in the afternoon, in and out the door. So at this time, actually, we were at the school, it's in that photo, the school in San Dulce, and I thought he was going to pass out. He was in the truck, and I was handing out water, and then he sat down next to me after I gave him another bottle of water. He almost passed out. 89 degrees in the heat, unbelievable. So I'd like to call forward my brother, Juan J.R. Rodriguez. And it reads, Global Action Team Honors, Juan Rodriguez, also known as JR. In recognition of your passion to serve the community and world, your dedication, leadership, and inspiration to Lions everywhere. Thank you. Naresh Aguilar, International President, Lions Association.
I just want to say thank you to a lot of people. This has not been possible for TRUCO, the Amigos Baseball League, and countless volunteers like myself that did a lot of work. Gladys Rivera, who played a big instrumental part in this, but nobody mentioned her name. I want to mention her name. She went to Puerto Rico to just to work at it. And I want to say thank you to all the people that work hard like I did. Thank you. Oh, one more thing, and this would not have been possible for my wife. When she's over there, Juanita Montalvo, she stood by me all the time. And Valentine's Day, I was in Puerto Rico, and I called my friend and I told him, send some flowers over there. And then I called her up, she answered the phone, I said, listen, I'm mad at my friend, he saw kids going to bring some food. One was downstairs to go pick them up, and he gave her the double roses. And that was something that really, really touched her, you know. I'm going to say thank you, Juanita. Her name is Juanita Montalvo. Thank you.
We have a certificate that came in recognition from Emilio Colon Rodriguez, District Governor, 51C, Puerto Rico.
Okay. Asociación Internacional de Clubes de Leones, Distrito 51, Centro Año Leonístico 2017-2018. Otorga certificado de agradecimiento a Juan Rodríguez por tu ayuda descargando y organizando los artículos que fueron enviados a los vagones desde Connecticut. Pudimos ayudar a los damnificados del huracán María. So basically, this came from Puerto Rico, the Lions Club Association, basically thanking him for all the help he did coordinating with the shipment that came straight from Connecticut. So Connecticut planted our seed in Puerto Rico, so you all deserve a big round of applause, and all the volunteers, and there's many people that helped Puerto Rico and continue helping Puerto Rico. So This is from Emilio Colon Rodriguez to you, JR, District Governor of Puerto Rico.
I have to say thank you to all, and thank you to Emilio Rodriguez. Thank you.
Thank you. So they sent 2 awards from Puerto Rico, very well deserved. The second award, I'm not going to read it again, it's the same thing, goes to our District Governor, Bobby Clark, directly from Puerto Rico. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to call our past District Governor, Sis Shulman, who has a special presentation.
Good morning, everybody. About 30 seconds ago, my wife said, you got to get up and say something about somebody. And I said, you gave me 30 seconds notice? Well, maybe it was more than 30 seconds. But I said, that's very easy. It's not a hard thing to do. Because I've known this person for, let's see, I think we came to Hartford in covered wagons together. It was a long time ago. As a matter of fact, the first time that I ever talked to this person was when I had a problem in my law office. I don't remember what it was. And I had to call the police station, and they said, you've got to talk to Officer Robert Clark. I said, who's Officer Robert Clark? They said, oh, he's one of our prime officers. You got to tell you, he'll take care of it. Well, I don't remember what the problem was, but I talked to him, and you know what? He took care of it. So then I didn't see him for a long time. And one day, I had to go to a funeral. And I go to the funeral at the Dayland Funeral Home, and who I see but Officer Robert Clark, although he's no longer Officer Robert Clark, he's funeral director of Robert Clark. So I said, what are you collecting now, Bob? But we became good friends. We've been good friends for many, many years. And one of the things, if you take a look at his bio in your book, you know, I don't like to stand here and just read from bios, because I don't think they tell the whole story. And also, if I did, we'd be here until midnight just reading Bobby's bio with all the different things that he's done and all the organizations that he's been involved with and everything he's done. But you notice it doesn't say anything about Puerto Rico. But Bob told you something about Puerto Rico, and you've heard JR talk about Puerto Rico and some of the things that he did. You know, when you think for a moment, just think for a moment, we're not talking about the whole country sending that much stuff to Puerto Rico. We're talking about Bobby Clark coordinating the efforts to send over 200,000 pounds to Puerto Rico. You realize how much that is? JR would have difficulty carrying that with his 2 hands. Although frankly, with the kind of work JR did, he might do it. But we have another container that's supposed to go down to Puerto Rico, and hopefully be able to get the $4,750 to send it down. But what I'm here to do today is to tell you I took a look at his bio, and I recognized the picture and I recognized the name, Bobby Clark. But then I started reading and said, Lion Robert. I've never known him as Robert. Anybody here? Raise your hands if you've known him as Robert. That's what I thought. I didn't see anybody raise their hand. It's always been Bobby. Bobby produces. And you know, the most important thing that I can say is that we used to have an old phrase. Some people talk the talk, and some people walk the walk. And Bobby Clark, on behalf of everything he's done, on behalf of all these organizations, and on behalf of the entire island and population of Puerto Rico, has walked the walk. So Bobby, on behalf of the Hartford Multinational Lions Club, you step forward, please. We'd like to present you with this Distinguished Service Award, presented to Robert? Who's Robert? Bobby Clark, District 23B, Lions Governor, for above and beyond extraordinary efforts in delivering aid to the Hurricane Maria victims in Puerto Rico. Hartford Multinational Lions Club, May 12, 2018. Now also we have here a special recognition and certificate from Senator Richard Blumenthal, Connecticut. A certificate of special recognition presented to Bobby Clark in honor of your unswerving commitment to community, service, and dedication to the people of Puerto Rico.
I'm honored, I'm overwhelmed. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. God bless you. And it's not over. Recently, my club, Hartford Evening, we donated 70 prom dresses to Puerto Rico. So with the two high schools, there was a need, we found out about it, so we came forward and we shipped those items out. It's just across the board. And if there's others that are willing to take up that effort, we're welcome to work with us. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Just remember, Lions we serve, so thank you, Lions. Okay, our first honoree is Representative Minnie Gonzalez, and the presentation will be Elba Schulman.
Hi, good evening. Representative Minnie Gonzalez was born in Adjuntas, Puerto Rico, to a family of 7 siblings. She graduated from Johnston High School and migrated to the United States in 1981. Her parents, particularly her mother, Virginia, were a big influence in her passion for people, relationships, and resolution to assist in the privileged citizen. As a single mother of 2 sons and daughters, she endured many adventures of women as a minority, but she continued her mother's model and began to get involved, helping others to improve their lives, being activated in political and community. I don't really have to read the rest because you can read it, but I would have to say, as Minnie, I know her now for the past, I don't know, maybe over 25, 30 years. And I find out that Minnie always been present when we need help. And also, I am very happy to see that when the issue with Puerto Rico came, she went up to get up on Park Street and organized a group of people to raise money to go to Puerto Rico. But not just that, but she herself went to Puerto Rico to make sure that the money was not abused and the money will get to the hands of the people that need it. And she even get a slip from people to make sure that she can say, this is where the money went and this is where the people, and she can talk about that. So I'm very proud to be a friend of Minnie, and I'm very proud that we selected her to be one of the honorees. The Distinguished Service Award presented to State Representative and 3rd District of Minnie Gonzalez for unwavering commitment and assistance to the hurricane victims in Puerto Rico. Hartford Multinational Lions Club, today, 2018. And we also have one for Blumenthal, and it says again, certified for special recognition presented to the State Representative Minnie Gonzalez for the work that she has done. Thank you.
Well, good evening, and thank you very much. I think that was a little bit here and a little bit there. I think we can make a big difference, and that's what's been happening. I organized a fundraiser, and also I did collect supplies. We were able to send 2 containers to Puerto Rico with 85,000 pounds of supplies. And I also raised $100,000. I was a little bit concerned where this money is going. So I decided, well, you know, I'm going to handle the money. And that's what we did. We opened an account here under Hispanic American Association, under Hurricane Maria. And then we transferred the money to a community account in Puerto Rico. I went there, I've been there twice. And I just went all the way to the mountains, not the mountains, just inside the mountains. And we spent, the first time we spent 18 days. We we provide the food to the people. We went to a lot of families. And also I did bought beds, refrigerators, stove, washing machine, cribs, clothes, everything. And we were able to help many, many, many families. You know, a good experience, and also bad, also sad at the same time. Good because you can make a difference, and you feel good when you know that you can help people. Sad and horrible when you see people living under tarps with families, no water, no food, not even clothes. It was the mountains in Puerto Rico. They are after maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's very, very cold. But I was able to help people, and I work. They have like maybe 40 volunteers, and 40 volunteers because nobody was working. There was no jobs, no light, nothing. So 40 volunteers, and we were working from morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, to 11 o'clock at night, bringing and delivering furniture, and not even only furniture. We delivered like construction materials, like cement, everything, you name it, we did everything. And I was not able to finish because at a certain time we didn't have, I went to the furniture store, well they said, well sorry, we just ran off everything, we don't have no more materials, we don't have no construction work, materials, we don't have nothing. So I decided to come back the second time. I still have to go back because we still have some money and some offer to help some people, but it was very, very sad. And what is also more sad is the simple people in the mountains. They don't ask for anything. They just whatever you offer. And when you ask, what do you need? Whatever you can do, wherever you can help us. You know, and those are the people that I was so happy to serve. Not taking advantage. It was just you know, in need. So it was a good experience, and also sad, like I said. But what I do here, you know, I received this, and I really appreciate this. But you know, I've been helping people since I don't know, maybe 10, 11 years old to my mother. So I do that from my heart. So this Elva, I really appreciate. It was not, you know, I do appreciate it, but it was not necessary because I do that from my heart. But again, thank you very much. Thank you. Our next honoree is Pedro Mercado, President of Los Amigos Softball League, and JR will be presenting the award.
Peter Mercado. I lived here a little while ago. I went to I was down at the warehouse, down at the center for Puerto Rican, Puerto Rico. And I said, Pedro, you got a lot of stuff you want to take to Puerto Rico. And I said, you know, I can help you distribute it. I can distribute Puerto Rico to the Lions. And you know, he actually believed in me. And that's how it all started. So I just wanted to say, 3 days after Hurricane Maria, I was going to go to the Red Cross. I'm also a retired firefighter, so I was going to go join FEMA with the fire department. But like he told me, no, call Bobby. I called Bobby. Bobby got me the phone to Emilio Rodriguez. I called Emilio. The 3rd day I was in contact with Emilio, and I was trying. And then finally I ran into Peter, and that's how the whole thing got started. Now, Peter Mercado was born in Manhattan, New York. on June 22nd, 1967. Peter is also the founder and president of the Amigos Baseball League since the year 2009. President of the Union, USW. Board member of the Hartford Yard Goats, vice president of the Friends of Coast Park, and the resident team of Coast Park. Peter Mercado, step up, please. We'll award Peter Mercado.
The president of the American Softball League for his unwavering continuation and assistance to the Hartford Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico.
The proclamation, Peter Mercado, from Blumenfeld office, State Senator Blumenfeld office. Peter.
Good evening, everybody. Well, I'm not going to say much because JR and Bobby said it all. We were here to work, we were here on a mission. And what happened on September 20th, everybody knows Puerto Rico, it's the worst day of our life, but we came through. I just want to recognize a few people that really helped me. These are like my right hand. I want everybody to give a big hand to Celines. She was from day one, what I mean day one, with me, working. I want somebody to get up and Celines.
You've been listening to some amazing stories about the tremendous relief effort after the hurricane in Puerto Rico. So come back next week for the conclusion of Hartford Multinational Lions Club 2018 Community Service Awards Banquet from the Chowder Pot Restaurant in Hartford. That'll do it for this episode of Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed our show this evening. Tune in next week for another Lying Around Connecticut with Carol and Harry. Good night.
Bye-bye.